This podcast is entirely listener supported. To find out how you can help, head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
Did you work in a movie theater?
Oh, yeah. It was a great job.
Oh, yeah, man.
I got high. I didn't do anything. I stole from the register. I ate a lot of pretzel bites, and I got to cook them just the way I wanted.
I ate many meals that consisted of just popcorn.
Yeah.
That was the entire meal.
I can't eat popcorn anymore now.
Oh, I still love popcorn.
Really? I can't do it. Even the smell of popcorn now kind
Really?
of makes me sick. Yeah. Because it's just like there was popcorn everywhere, and it was free popcorn. It's like, take all the popcorn. At the end of the night, there
Yeah.
were these giant bags of leftover popcorn.
Just thrown away.
And you'd show up to parties and be like, look, I brought popcorn. And everybody would be like, oh my God.
Totally.
I can't fucking eat popcorn anymore.
It just goes to
It's too
show you
much.
how much the markup is on that stuff because they throw away so much popcorn every night. And you're paying like $17 for a large popcorn.
Welcome to We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hey, Anthony Carboni. Speaking of foodstuffs.
Yeah.
You like mayonnaise?
I actually do like mayonnaise. I really, really like mayonnaise.
As do I. I really expected you to say no. There's a lot of people who have a revulsion
They
to
get
it.
real grossed out by it. And dude, I'll eat a spoonful of mayonnaise.
Well, I don't know if I go that far.
I would do it.
But I will.
Especially Miracle Whip, like the fake ass
Just
chemical
plain,
mayonnaise.
just by itself?
I've had a spoonful of Miracle Whip before, and I've been like, that's pretty good.
Really?
I don't want to have more than a spoonful or two or
Yeah.
three, maybe three.
The spoonful of mayonnaise makes you gag and puke.
But here's the deal: I do eat like a pig. I eat everything directly out of the container. I will eat sandwich ingredients without making a sandwich.
Really?
Yeah, I'll just eat all the individual components.
That's hilarious.
Of the sandwich.
And the condiments as well.
Yeah,
Just
and just the condiments too. Like
that's
sometimes.
hilarious. That is hilarious.
I just don't want to.
How does that work? Is there a specific order to?
Well, back when I was eating meat, it was just kind of like, I'll have like a couple slices of turkey. That was pretty good. I'll have like a slice of cheese now. That was delicious. And now I'll just have some bread. And it's like I didn't have to put together the sandwich. It's like I beat the system.
You didn't beat the system. You lost out on the joy of sandwich.
I don't care, man. I just want to break food down to its basic components and let me just eat it.
The depths of your laziness hold no bounds.
I just don't care, man. I just don't care. Now that I don't eat meat, we have those fake chicken strips, because the ones that are like the ones that were written up and wired because they're actually textured and they're like the most like real chicken strips.
Keep telling yourself that. Go
I
ahead.
don't tell myself that. It's more for Jess than it is for me.
All right.
She gets real grossed out because I'll just like go into the fridge and I'll open up the package of fake chicken strips. I'll just eat like a handful of cold ones.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
And she's just like, what are you doing? Those aren't even cooked. I'm like, I don't care, man. It's not real chicken. I just need protein right now.
It's not like I'm going to get salmonella.
I don't want to sit and put butter in a pan and like salt and pepper. I don't want to do that. What I need is fuel for my frail human form.
Dude, I'm in the right there with you. I will think of eating moments before I'm far beyond time for me to eat, and I go, oh, now I need to eat.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cook.
Well, I love cooking,
not gonna
but
not when I'm hungry. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not going to do that for anybody. The worst is the silent standoff. You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV with your significant other.
Yeah.
And you're both kind of looking at the time, and you know what time it is.
Eating time.
You know what time it is. It's like it's 6, then it's 6:30. Like maybe you're catching up on a couple episodes of something. Maybe you're watching a movie.
Right.
But both of you, neither one of you wants to be the one to say, "Should we make dinner?" Neither one wants to do it because the first one to admit it, the second one gets to go, "I'm not really that hungry, but if you wanted to start." I mean, probably by the time you're done cooking, I'll be kind of hungry, but I'm not really hungry right now. I could not eat.
Right.
Then that person, the first person, is stuck making dinner. So what you do is you sit and you wait for a really, really long time.
You start the shakes, the hunger
until
shakes.
one of you actually like passes out from lack of blood sugar. and then the other one stands over them and goes, "Do you give? Do you give?"
I'm learning that you have a very different relationship than I have.
Yeah, and then you either order takeout or you go to a restaurant. But then, it all comes from the guilt of we shouldn't be eating out so much. We should be cooking.
Right.
But to answer your question, yeah, I like mayonnaise.
Here's why I ask about the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You don't like mayonnaise nearly as much as the Japanese.
I'll take that challenge. I'll take the Japanese mayonnaise challenge. What?
This here article on the Kotaku of all places, highlighting a Japanese mayonnaise museum in Tokyo. This isn't some sort of like kiosk. This is full-on structure with many features to it. It's got a giant room that you walk into that is shaped like a ketchup bottle, or I guess mayonnaise bottle.
I would imagine it would be a
case.
mayonnaise bottle.
It's tilted on its side, so you walk through the cap and into the bulbous center
Oh.
where all the mayonnaise hangs out. You learn about
Is there
mayonnaise.
actual mayonnaise inside of it?
Oh, there's various types, shapes, sizes, variations of mayonnaise. It's cute because if you look at it from an aerial perspective, it looks like the bottle is tipped over, and then there's a congregation area right there at the head of the bottle that has a white floor, so it looked like a bunch of mayonnaise spilled out, and the people are milling about on the mayonnaise floor.
I love the things that we will erect a museum for. I would imagine this museum is sponsored by one particular mayonnaise company.
It is indeed, the name of which is escaping me at the moment.
I think it's Kewpie, isn't it? Like the little baby mayonnaise?
Kewpie. You're right.
There are a lot of weird museums like this in Japan. There are a lot of weird museums everywhere.
Well,
you can go to the Maru-chan Noodle Museum for ramen
Find
in
out
Japan.
about noodle. But at least noodles, it's a little more interesting to me than mayonnaise.
Because I think we all associate ramen and ramen noodles with a very particular struggle in our lives.
Sure.
And so we have
that
more...
economic struggle.
Yeah, ramen has more of an emotional resonance for us.
Indeed.
Mayonnaise is just like, I'm feeling a little tired. I have 4 or 5 spoonfuls of mayonnaise. That's
no
really
one does
all,
that but you.
Just like 7 or 8 spoonfuls of mayonnaise.
I love mayonnaise. I will dip French fries in it. I will put it on my hamburgers. I love putting it on my hot dogs.
Yeah.
There's no way I will be spooning it into
you know
my
what
face.
I do is when I go down to the b-ball court to play b-ball with all my boys, I reach for a squirt bottle of mayonnaise instead of a Go-Gurt.
Damn, Carboni! Nice dunk, bro! Wow.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh,
Boy.
you are energized today, man.
Yeah, and I'll tell you how I do it.
What is it?
Kewpie brand mayonnaise. It's the mayonnaise for the athletic fire inside. 7 or 8 spoonfuls is all you need to get through one vigorous game of basketball. Try 17 to 20 spoonfuls for a game of soccer.
Yeah, good game, Carboni. Goal.
My stomach!
Why are you retching in the corner, Carboni?
17 to 20 spoonfuls was too many. Ugh. Tell my wife it's her turn to cook.
That's right. Kewpie mayonnaise from the makers of Extreme Sauerkraut.
I would eat extreme sauerkraut. One of the things that I really love is our natural tendency to erect a memorial or a museum for just about anything.
Well, I'm conflicted on this because I like the idea. I like learning. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm that nerd. I like learning. I like finding out about things. I like deep diving into topics. I'll go to a museum.
Yeah.
I love me some museums. But there is this weird kitsch flavor of the museum. There's the museum that, as you say, is erected as a sort of monument to just reverence to something. Nobody's going to the mayonnaise place to learn about mayonnaise. They're like, hey, I like mayonnaise. Let's go to the mayonnaise museum. It's not. Yeah.
Or this is really weird. I can't believe they built this.
Right.
Let's go to the mayonnaise museum.
Yeah, the world's largest ball of twine.
Yeah, but that's such a human tendency, though, that I kind of love. As a teenager, I used to drive from Central Florida up and around to Louisiana to visit my dad in New Orleans.
Okay.
And all along Florida are just the strangest little museums, like the drag racing museum, the citrus museum. And I love that shit, man.
Yeah.
And you go to the drag racing museum and you pay $5 and you're like, I had no idea there was such a world of drag racing.
Yeah.
And then you leave, and it's like, cool.
I did the Texas Shakespeare Festival for one season in Kilgore, Texas, which is right next to Louisiana, very East Texas. And they had an oil museum, Texas Oil Museum.
Yeah.
In town. It was like the only attraction there. And I went to that thing maybe 4 times because it was just so bizarre. They had like animatronic oil workers, like...
That's so crazy.
It is crazy.
I would go to that. Yeah. I love things like that. And I just love this weird, here's a scene, here's a movement, here is a particular sort of item.
Yeah.
There's a group of people that is so enthralled by it, so enchanted by it, that they will erect a physical space.
Yeah. To go and pay
So
homage.
you can learn everything about this thing that they love. It's so crazy. I love roadside museums. I feel like they are this inkling, the only way pre-internet that we all knew that people were fixated on the same kind of strange stuff that we were.
It's true.
Right? There was no other way to know.
That's true.
Other than to just go.
Oh my God, somebody likes corn so much that they built an entire building to show you how much they love corn.
Where is that? There's the
there's
corn
like a
palace.
corn castle that's made, the facade every year they replace it. Yeah.
I love it.
I'm guessing Iowa.
There's a sex toy museum in New York where you can see all the weird old sex toys and all the new brand new sex toys.
Yeah.
And how sex toys have changed over the years. And just like the weird Victorian era ones where it was like, put this in your body and twirl this handle. I don't know how women work. Maybe you'll enjoy this and you won't be hysterical anymore.
I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. You just invented this.
You just... Nobody knows how the woman works. All we know is that she's horribly hysterical at all times.
Well, I got an invention for that.
Oh, do tell, Rufus.
Yeah, well, I have established I have no idea how women work.
No, none of us do. And I think we can all agree, none of us need to feel bad about that.
No, I don't think we should.
Or
I think
attempt to fix it.
We should continue to try to invent objects to place in or on them in some fashion.
Just to calm them down.
Right. So this is a combination bonnet, sleeveless gown, sex toy.
Okay.
I took the sleeves off so their arms can move about. I understand women have arms and like to hug.
Yeah, I remember my wife doing something with her arms.
Yeah.
I think.
My wife doesn't have arms, but that's because of the thrasher
Quiet down, Jacob. We all know already. Jesus.
It was a sad time
Every
for our family.
day with what happened to your farm and your children and your wife. Calm down.
sorry.
We're trying to create a sex toy for the women folk.
Right. Now, if you'll pay attention to how the sex part works, I'm not really sure how women work, but
None of us are.
none of us do. Yeah, so say we all.
And once again, we should not feel bad about
Right.
that.
I'm assuming that their feet are their erogenous zone, and that's why my sex toy is a series of feather shoes.
I attached 2 backgammon birdies to the end of this egg beater.
Oh.
And I think we should just stick it right up in there.
Right now?
And just see what happens. I feel like it'll calm them down.
Oh.
Now, once again, I don't know anything about women.
No, none of us do.
And once again,
none of us do.
I don't feel like we should feel bad about that.
No, why should we feel bad about that?
And so that was life for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm glad we have a museum about that.
I almost love a monument, a museum, or an attraction more when it really is something just totally outlandish or frivolous like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a human love of just seeing things organized and categorized.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like just walking in and seeing just a lovely collection of all of one type of something.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Even the sex toy museum, you go in and it's like,
You keep coming back to that.
you should go. It's a great museum. You go in there and it's like, well, here are all the vibrators throughout history, right?
Yeah.
And there's something about watching the evolution of something.
Yeah.
Having all of history like that compressed for you so you can be like, well, when we started making vibrators, they looked like this.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird and seems dangerous. Seems more like a lawn dart. I feel like we should have known.
Why was it so sharp? and
Why would
pointy?
we do that? And then you get to the end and you're just like, well, this is controlled by an iPhone and it's a collection of it's a collection of non-essential things. But there's something fascinating about watching all of human progress and being able to see all of human progress in a simple way in one room in a way that you can wrap your head around.
And the crazy thing is, as you get older, you start to realize that it all didn't just get to this moment and stop. Like we're just getting a snapshot right now. And as much as things have changed from then to now, things are continuing to change from now to the future. And everything evolves. A fucking stapler that you go buy at Staples now is different than the stapler I had when I was in 8th grade.
It's fascinating.
The fucking technology of staplers has progressed.
And we have one man to thank for that.
Bill Stapler.
Bill W. Stapleton, the 4th.
I just believe in staples.
As did my father and my father before him. And you, little Billy Stapleton the Fourth. Yeah? One day, you too will move the stapler forward in time. Seems like bullshit. God damn it, Billy!
Come back here, I'll staple your face!
I didn't want to do it, but it was the family business, and I guess I made a better stapler. And nobody gives a fuck, do you? You don't give a fuck. Well, fuck you. I wonder how much of these museums are just like, I'm going to show people. I'm going to get all the staplers together, and I'm going to show people that I do something, god damn it. It's all the Billy Stapletons of the world.
Yeah, I'll prove to that Sally Mae. Yeah. She'll know. She'll see that I'm worth something. Well, there's also, I mean, this mayonnaise museum is the other end of the spectrum. It's not that...
Which I would love to just go there and check out what they've got and how it's made and have like 14 or 15 spoonfuls of their mayonnaise.
You're the only one that would do that.
No, dude. I feel like
all the employees there would be like, he wants another spoonful? Oh man, I've never given out this many samples.
Just like chill and take the tour and have like 18 or 19 spoonfuls of mayonnaise.
He's still eating it. He hasn't thrown up yet. He's still spooning it into his mouth.
And you guys want to go play soccer after this?
He looks so energized. But there is that grassroots version that's the guy whose love and obsession with something translates into wanting people to share it and display it for them. And then there's this thing, which is this corporate what?
It's corporate propaganda. You're walking through a commercial.
You are walking through a commercial.
It's a thinly veiled brochure for the product. But it's taking advantage of whatever those instincts within us are to want to see that march of progress, to want to see that carefully organized collection, to want to have it all distilled into a room, right?
Yeah.
They take advantage of that in a relatively benign way, I think.
It is benign. And I'm sure the people that go there get whatever their money is worth.
Yeah. 25, 30 spoonfuls of mayonnaise. And a greater understanding of the mayonnaise industry in Japan.
Look at him go. He's still spooning it into his mouth. Just watch him.
I can eat an entire thing of Cool Whip too, and I will. Like in one sitting. But that's a story for another time.
Everyone else has thrown up and he's still going. They didn't even eat any. They just watched him.
It's a bad scene. I'll admit, it's kind of a bad scene. Whatever. I just eat the components of food. It's fine. It's fine.
I like that. You just continue breaking it down. Like, I don't even want to eat mayonnaise anymore. I just want to eat milk and what is the components of mayonnaise? I just want to eat
oil and lard.
Yeah, oil
I just want to get some oil and some lard in two separate cans. You don't even need to waste time turning them into mayonnaise.
I just want to keep.
I might take a spoonful of both at once and then just swig them around in my cheeks.
just keep breaking things down and further into their component parts.
Until finally I just eat food in a pill. That's all I want.
I just want molecules of food.
No, but I think these things are relatively benign. I think everybody kind of gets something out of it. They obviously get the companies obviously get their little moment of propaganda.
Yeah.
People get their need for quirk fed.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool, man. I don't think there's anything wrong with it or weird about it. I know some people that are thrown off by corporate museums or thrown off by roadside attractions, but I really do think they're a wonderful, wonderful part of some.
There's a sadness to them.
Yeah.
There's a melancholy.
There can
that pervades, I don't think I've ever been to one of those places that isn't a little, and maybe that's my being judgmental and I'm embarrassed about it, but there's a little sadness.
Maybe there is, because, you go to some of these roadside ones, especially, you go to the world's largest chair, right? The world's largest rocking chair. Have you been there? That one's great.
No, man.
You go to the world's largest rocking chair and there's not much around.
Yeah.
Except for a Hardee's and this place where they have the world's largest rocking chair. And it's not that the attractions are sad. I don't think that's it. I think it's that for something like that to be the attraction, it clearly has to be in a place where there's not a lot going on. right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is it's more like
We got to have something.
you're getting a glimpse of a type of life that is pretty alien to you. And because, especially with these American roadside attractions, they were built around the interstate economy. They were built around you get your family into the car and you drive because you've never been able to do that before.
Yeah.
And that's how you get anywhere. But that stuff is all kind of dried up. We all take planes now. It's cheaper to take a plane than it is to buy gas for your car to go across country. And it takes less time. We all, we just don't have the time to vacation that way anymore, or the desire. And so when you get to these places that were built around these sort of roadside attractions, and it used to be like people were coming in and out of there every day, what you're seeing are the last vestiges of that type of life. And so what you're usually seeing is you're seeing a town that's collapsed around it.
Yeah.
And so that's what comes off as sad about it, I think.
Right.
And for me, whenever I stop at them, I try to ignore the sadness because I'm a terrible person, but also like remember that, if they don't have much else going on in there, like probably just happy to see you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about it being sad. Like people choose the lives that they choose.
Right.
They hang out with the world's largest chair because somebody has to be the guardian of the world's largest chair.
I
Just
guess
like in
does.
any fantasy novel, in any fairy tale, somebody must guard the artifact.
Yeah.
If that person doesn't watch the world's largest chair will collapse. And then what will we have? The world's second largest chair? Well, I would argue that that's not nearly half as impressive, is it?
Welcome, Indiana. You have discovered me, the guardian of the world's largest chair.
Well, this thing's pretty big, huh?
Select which chair you think it is. Choose wisely.
Not to, belittle your riddle,
Yes, choose wisely.
because clearly this is a big deal to you.
Oh, yes, I've been waiting here for 500 years.
Okay, we're going to loop back around to that because that's impossible. But, I mean, it's clearly just the chair that's the biggest.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like,
Yeah, well,
I don't know that you should set this up as a riddle or a quiz so much.
oh, yeah, it's the world's largest.
That's probably why you're not getting as much foot traffic as you want. You've been waiting here for 500 years, and it's, it's a fairly simple quiz.
You got it right.
Yeah, of course I got it right. It's a big chair. Can I sit in it?
You can play and frolic and play in it.
Yes. I want you to be real with me.
I'm being real.
Because I've been around the block a couple times.
Yes,
If I sit in this chair, is my face going to melt off?
maybe.
See, this is what's going on, is you were smoke screening me, weren't you?
Yes.
You said it was a quiz. It wasn't a quiz. It was a curse.
There's a bigger chair over there.
There's a bigger... What are you talking... What happens if I sit in the biggest chair?
It's the world's largest chair. It's over there.
Yeah, well, what happens if I sit... Is my face going to melt? Be real. I have seen a lot of faces melt, and I am not ready to see that again. It messes with you. I cannot hold down a relationship anymore. Seeing too many faces melt has really messed with my head. My relationship with my father is fucked up. I got a different girlfriend every week. I cannot watch another face melt, and I cannot have my face melt off. What is going to happen if I sit in this chair?
Your face is going to melt.
God damn it, man! No!
The truth is,
I can't. No, I don't care about your truth, dude.
this is just a museum of face melting. That's all this really ever was.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
You tricked me to coming into the Museum of Face. That's a trigger. You got a trigger warning me. That is literally my only trigger. That and snakes. I guess that's if Indiana Jones was on Tumblr. How do you guys feel about roadside museums and strange corporate propaganda museums?
Mayonnaise. How many spoonfuls do you want?
I will only have at most 35 to 40 spoonfuls of mayonnaise before I hit the sack at night.
That's a horrible image.
Let us know. We're on Twitter. I'm at @acarboni.
And I'm at Jeff Canada.
You can also leave comments in the Patreon feed for this episode, patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. And we'll see you guys soon.